Hey guys, I'm Jack Punkington. I'm with Vex Venue. And do you have new music coming up? Maybe a single, maybe a whole album? Are you launching a new merch line that you really want to get out to your fans? Maybe you've got a big festival or a show coming up that you want to get people to. Or maybe you're on the other end of the spectrum. Maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you're looking to join a band or looking to start something. But you don't know what to do. You don't know who to talk to. You don't know how to get the word out. Well, that's where we come in. Go ahead, record a 30-second to a minute long video on of your whatever you need and what you're looking for of an ad and send it to us. We'd love to check it out. We'll play it before our podcast so that way we can help you reach the right people because we're all about helping the community here. So, again, send us a 30-second to maybe about a minute at most, keep it a little under, ad of what you need. We'll get it out there.
She's 4'11", but her caffeine intake says 6'4". Kenzie, middays on 106.3 The Core. She could probably bench press a coffee machine.
Hey, what's up? It's your boys from Lost Grip, and you're listening to the Vex Live Music Podcast.
Hey guys, Ashton Hollick here, vocalist for Abigail's Asylum, and I am here to let you know that we have a brand new single about to release on May 3rd. So wherever you listen to music, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, make sure you go and check it out for the brand new single from Abigail's Asylum, Sanctus Mendax. We'll see you May 3rd, and keep tuning in to the Vex Venue Podcast. We love it here.
The only guys who can have a beer for breakfast at work and not get fired. The David Mahoney Show, weekdays and Saturdays, 5 to 10 on 106.3 The Core. Thanks to Paintball on Bay Road. More than a body shop. Watch the road.
Hey guys, I'm Jack Punkington, the host of Vex Venue's Rig Review Podcast. Do you got some gear that you really want to show off? Maybe you have a story behind this guitar that's been passed down by generation in your family. Maybe you found this really cool snare drum on the side of the road and it's got a sick sound and story behind it. Maybe you bought a cursed clarinet from a jazz club down in Nolens and you don't know what to do, but you want to show it off. Well, that's what I'm here for. Go ahead, submit your gear. I will rate and review it. I'd love to hear the stories behind your equipment. I would love to check it out. And not only that, I'm going to have people on my podcast where I will interview them about their stories with their equipment, what they bring on the road, something that really means to them, stuff that they're looking to get, stuff that they're looking to prove with their equipment, and just honestly share and show off what they've got. Maybe you need some tips. Maybe you don't know where to start when you're looking to get into having some nicer end equipment. Does a speaker really matter out of a cab? Do I really need to get a set of Seymour Duncan pickups? Heck, does the reed matter in my saxophone at all? Does it matter what brand? Well, guess what? Tune into the podcast. I will happily answer these questions for you, along with many more. It's Monday nights, 8 p.m. Submit your gear, tune in, listen to the awesome interviews, check out some tips, because you might learn something, or you might have some knowledge to pass on to me so I can pass it on to others. Again, Monday night, 8 p.m. Tune in. Peace, everybody.
We are Fall to the People, and you're tuning in to the Vex Podcast.
This man's only addiction is to live concerts. Ugh, too bad it wasn't something cheaper. Like cocaine.
What?
Afternoons with Meatball on 106.3 The Core. At least concert merch doesn't require bail money.
Hey guys, this is Jack Punkington, guitar player of A Proper Axe. Please tune in to the Vex Venue podcast to hear awesome interviews and music for local bands. It's time for our rig review, and we got a couple things to announce first before we get into the show tonight. First thing, if you want to win VIP tickets for our August 1st show with Augray, City Limits, Honeyfoot, it's going to be a great time. And Junkyard Slave, comment VIP, and at the end of this podcast, we will select the winner live on the podcast. Again, comment VIP, just like this, or like this, and we will select the winner. It'll be a great time. One other announcement. On August 23rd, we here at Vex are going to be hosting a kids karaoke contest for charity. All the proceeds are going to be going to Little Legends on Lapeer and feeding Saginaw one Sunday at a time. I'm probably saying that wrong. My apologies. Hello, I see you there. Yes, that is the right thing. Comment that. But if you want to be a part of that, if you have a kid that likes to sing, if you just want to help support the community, it's $5 entry fee. It's going to be a great time. It's from 6 to 8 p.m., August 23rd. Now, it is time to get into the show. Tonight, my guests are going to be both Jude and Mark, the members of True Devil that I have in. And before we get to them, I have just a little bit of a shorter beginner tip segment. But yes, True Devil is our guest for tonight. Probably tied for my favorite band from Detroit, if not my favorite. I don't know. I go back and forth, but I like them a lot. They were A Proper Axe's first, like we got to open for them at our very first show, and they were very nice to us. It left a big impact on us, so I'm happy to have them on this show. So for tonight's beginner tips, I want to talk about something that I actually picked up over the last week. So I've talked a little bit about the fact that me and Chris, one of the owners of Vex, are working on getting a side project started, working on just getting music, and I needed a 7-string. And I've been eyeing either a Jackson V or maybe like an Ibanez or just a Jackson JS7. They're about $200 to $300 depending on, if you get it new or used. And I've like, well, I can save up and see what I can find. Well, I found one for $70. It had been heavily modified. I'm going to try to grab it here. Hold on. I do not know how well this will show up on camera. Not very well at all. But yes, it is a really cool modified 7-string. The neck pickup was taken out and it was filled in and refinished with like a Bloody Mary finish. That's the name of the guitar, with a matching headstock that still says Jackson. I paid $70 for this guitar. All I had to do was rewire the humbucker, the pickup, and it was good to go. And that goes back to something I mentioned last week. Learning basic repairs will save you money, not only in getting your equipment fixed, but in stuff like that. That's a $300 guitar. I got it for $70. It took me 10 minutes to fix it up, and boom, I saved myself $300. Well, like 220, depending on whatever. But not only that, it's got a cool finish. That's something that, like, if you're looking for equipment, you need to think about is ways to save that are going to be weird. Along with that, this is something new. I've never played a 7-string before getting this. It's completely different to me. Normally, I just play 6 strings and I play in drop C tuning. Right now I'm playing in drop A on a 7. It's very different. I'm looking for a new amp to kind of go with this, because my OR, while a awesome stoner metal amp, is not necessarily going to be good for that style of music. So if anyone's got a Mesa or EVH for trade, let me know. I have another orange. I'll happily trade you. Anyway, but being able to do stuff like that is going to save you a lot of money. And now I want to talk about something that I mentioned in the ad for this podcast. Something that I think a lot of guitar players now are thinking more about, but when you're starting out, it's nothing. I know I didn't think about it till about 10 years ago, 5 or 10 years ago. Your speakers. Your speakers are, as an electric guitar player, and I'll say that again, as an electric guitar player, and maybe to an extent like an acoustic electric, but that's a little bit different, the most important part of your rig, in my opinion, because your speakers are what's going to categorize your sound and color it. You can have a $5,000 Les Paul, you can have a $4,000 Mesa Custom, and you can play it through a B52 cab with not the best speakers, and I'm sure it'll sound okay, but if you were to play a PV Windsor with a Ibanez Geo through maybe like a Marshall 1960s cab that's got G1275s or vintage 30s, if that's more your flavor, that's going to sound a lot better, in my opinion. And I feel like that's something that we all need to focus more on, is our speakers. And vintage 30s, while they are great speakers, should be something that we don't look at as much. I feel like, yes, it is the industry standard on nice speakers, but like there's nothing wrong with trying other speakers out there. My personal favorite for Celestion is the G1275. I think V30s are a little bit too mid-range heavy, in my opinion, for what I go for. However, I really like Creambacks. I've only had one once, and it was very nice. But check out Warehouse Speakers. Warehouse Speakers, I believe that's actually the name of the company, make such a great like speaker for the money. They have a blue, I can't remember exactly, it's like English blue or something like that, speaker that is the equivalent of kind of like that English Celestion sound. It's like half the price, and it is so nice, and it's a lot clearer sounding, in my opinion. Definitely something worth checking out, because in the long run, it might cost you maybe $100 to $150 to upgrade your speakers instead of spending $400 on a new cab. If you got like if you pick up like a PV Valve King 412, like those are actually pretty solid 412s, and then loaded up with some Warehouse speakers, it's gonna rival a 1960s cab. And don't get me wrong, I've owned a 1960 cab. They're a lot of fun, but at the same time, that's also a lot of money in speakers. So look out for that kind of a deal. You never know what you'll find. So that's just the couple things I wanted to touch on today for my tips. Now, here I'm going to introduce my guest. I'm very excited to have both Mark and Jude from True Devil hop on. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey Jack, how are you?
Doing
Good to
great.
see you, Jack.
So tell me a little bit about your guys' sound. Now I've seen you guys live a couple times, and I've heard your guys' music a lot. But what describes True Devil to you guys?
Oh,
Go ahead, Jude.
let me think about Mark, you want to go first on that?
Sure, yeah. What describes True Devil's
I can't
sound?
hear him.
Well, can you hear me?
I can hear Mark. I can hear
Okay,
both of
cool.
you.
Excellent. To me, it's a very good mix of basically what I would see most of my heroes that are kind of gone now, if they were still alive, what they would be doing, if that makes any sense. Like, if I know Alice in Chains is still a band, but they have never matched, what they did with like Facelift and Dirt, stuff like that. So I very much like that sound, that grit of music still. So that lives inside me. but then there's a whole bunch of Pantera floating around in there too. So that kind of comes out. And then with the other guys, they're Dana's got a very nice punk side to her that she brings to the band. Um, James is like he likes fast thrash music and like Anthrax and stuff like that. And we all love Anthrax. That's one of our favorite bands. It's a
Hot take. I think Anthrax is the best band of the big four.
Yeah,
I'll die on
yeah.
that hill.
I mean, I love Metallica and I love Megadeth, so I don't know. I don't know if I can't say any of them are the greatest to me, but I have my moments with all of those bands. Probably less so Slayer, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
for me. But and then Jude has got like the real modern guitar like sound and tone and quality that he brings to like he adds a very, very clear tone of metal to what we're doing, and just his tone and stuff is perfect for what we're doing. It's a mix of just the heaviest of with melody. I still believe melody rules and songwriting matters and having a hook matters, and so we try to do that everything we do. In short, hope that wasn't too long of an answer.
No, that's fine.
What do you think, Jude?
Yeah, what do you think, Jude? Oh, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Jude's been in the
True
band.
Devil is I would describe the band as like this really good band for this like gray area in between hard rock and metal. I don't know if Mark already said this. I can barely hear him on stream. But it's super like boomy, low end guitar sounds are important for that. I would say that we're somewhere in between, like, I don't know, we got like this cult like thing going on, like the band The Cult, and we got some influences of like Saliva maybe. Like all the like somewhere between those bands and like
I love it.
the
I love
90s
hearing
kind of
Jude.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna say? Big guitar sounds important. I think we have some super heavy songs, but songwriting is a very important thing for us. I like how we're like super heavy, but we also have some really songy songs.
Yeah. It's funny is I still remember the first time, like a Proper Access first show when I got to meet you guys for the first time. Unfortunately, Jude, you weren't there yet.
No.
But that's okay. I got to meet you at our next time that we got to play, with you, which was sick. But I remember watching True Devil play, and I was like, man, this is like if the Misfits were mixed with Lamb of God, and then also had Solly from Godsmack singing. This is amazing.
That's actually a really good accurate description.
So what happens when guys like me and Solly stop making music? Then what happens?
The music starts dying.
I do worry that I'm a dying breed of singer, and I'm not patting myself on the back by any means. We still do it live. We are very much a live band. There's no bells and whistles.
Is it all right if I rejoin the stream real quick? I want to hear what Mark's saying.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, I'll be right back.
You're fine, dude.
Yeah, there's no bells and whistles with us, man. So it's like, and I don't see like my buddy Sam Bam Colton is now in Godsmack. I've been watching and hanging out with Sam for about 15 years. If you've been lucky enough to go to the Token Lounge and watch Faster Pussycats, the hundreds of times they've been there, you would have met Sam. He literally was 5 feet away from you, and they hung out with everybody. He has so many friends in Detroit because of playing like the Token Lounge and stuff, which is so cool. But now he got that shot, and they sound great. Godsmack's still slamming, but
yeah,
Solly's a lot like me, man. We're a lot alike. I consider him a peer in so many ways. I'm definitely cut from that breed of singer, and I don't see a lot of people still trying to do what we do. So it worries me a little bit.
Yeah, I think that I get where your worry comes from. I don't think that that breed of singer will die off and that breed of showman will die off. I think that honestly, rock and metal is actually kind of in a resurgence right now.
It
It's
is.
different. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's the same as it was 10 years ago. No, it's very different.
Very, very different.
Like, I've been hard listening to Beartooth's new stuff, and they've just been putting out banger after banger, but their music has changed so much. I mean, it is insane to see how certain bands have changed. And a lot of newer bands, like the biggest new band, I should say, that I can think of off the top of my head is I'm gonna get the name wrong. The big song I can think of for them is called Jaded. Spirit Box. And just that kind of sound is kind of dominating right now. And so, like I said, I don't think metal or rock is ever gonna go away. I think it's too big, and I think
don't
that
get me wrong. I don't think it's going anywhere. Yeah, because it's probably more popular than ever, honestly, in a weird way.
Yeah,
like
in a weird way.
The style of singing, like that you're probably referring to, like reminds you of that style. There's not a lot of singers still trying to. Beartooth guy for sure. I don't listen to the radio as much as I should, or try to keep up with as much modern music as I should. Jude,
Same with me.
I ask Jude sometimes about music. Like, hey, dude, what's in your thing or whatever. But yeah, Beartooth's one of those bands. That's a good call, Jack. Beartooth's a good band.
yeah,
I've been watching them for a while. I think I saw them in concert in 2010 for the first time, and they smoked me.
yeah.
They're Columbus. I believe they're from Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, they are. No, I got to see them in 2015 at Rock on the Range, and that was amazing. They blew me away with their whole sound and stuff, because I was not preview to that before. And I was like, wow, these guys are sick.
The Rock on the Range is missed for me.
Yeah.
Being from Columbus and for 3 years from 2009 to 2011, I battled for that spot against my peers, and it was always a rough thing to go up against the people that you play all the shows with that are actually your friends. But I remember the last year when we won, we got to play it. That's my band Sever It All. It was like, the coolest thing, because everybody was really gunning for it, and I thought it made our scene a lot better. Then they stopped giving the spot away to the original band, like what they basically had to do, because the original scene was so hot at that time. The promoters of Rock on the Range decided to give the very first spot in Rock on the Range at 10 o'clock in the morning to the band that won the Battle of the Bands for Rock on the Range. And they did this for like 3 years. They teamed up with a radio station, and they teamed up with Fox 28 down there, and they made it a big deal. So it was a big deal. But yeah, when they stopped being Rock on the Range, that went away. So here's the shout out to Danny Weimer. Give those local bands a chance to still fill that 10 a.m. spot, man.
Yeah.
But they're not doing it now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think they do that at Sonic Temple now.
No, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like Sonic Temple's cool, but it's no Rock on the Range.
It's really not.
I went to Sonic Temple this year, all 4 days. I had a blast. So many people there, man.
Yeah. I would like to go someday. I have not. The only reason I got to go to Rock on the Range is because my mom used to work for it.
Oh.
Yeah, she worked for the FYE tent, and so did my sister for a little bit. So they're like, hey, we got free tickets. Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah. Who's headlining? She's like, Judas Priest, and I was like, you got me at Judas Priest. She's like, well, how about Slipknot? I'm like, yes, cool, let's do this.
That's cool. Yeah, it's so cool. There's so many bands you can check off your list at a show like that.
You get to see Marilyn Manson in this moment, and Beartooth in one day was amazing.
If you're the band that
performed at Sonic Temple this year as well, I would say that was
probably
a good performance.
Yeah, he did a good job from what I saw. You know what? That when you're the band that opened up for that, like if you're the local band, you could technically say whatever those bands were that you opened up for every one of those bands. That's on your resume now.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to see Linkin Park before Chester died, which
Dude.
that was such a moment. I was not a huge Linkin Park fan, and that changed me. That I got to see Volbeat, and I got to see Linkin Park and Breaking Benjamin. All three of those bands, I was like, they're okay. Seeing them live made me a hardcore fan.
That's awesome. That's how it should be, man. There's been a
Yeah.
few bands like that for me. Very rarely. You know what a band like that for me was, dude? Collective Soul.
Yeah,
Soul.
no, I could see that.
Like when they, this was like 1998 though, and Shine had just came out, and it was out. People were like, I do know the song, and I remember going to that show and going, oh, they're going to be pretty heavy because that song was kind of heavy or whatever. And the whole time they were pretty laid back, but they still rocked really hard. Not what I expected. They were really, really, really good. I bought the tape. The tape was filled with violins and cello and stuff. I was like, what is going on? And I recognized the song from being live where it was super heavy, right? And I saw interviews not too long ago where that singer of that band made that demo tape and a 4-track playing stuff in the basement. Only cost him $2,000 to produce, and it's multi-platinum. So there you go.
Right.
When he did he sang it through a toilet paper thing, and that's how he got the effect. Yeah, that's it. And that's all he did. Yeah. So, sometimes just doing it in your basement does work. There's a platinum album. There it is right there. Nobody else. That's all him. That's all one guy, that lead singer, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I gotta talk to you guys about your gear because I want to hear about your rigs. Because Jude, you're one of the 2 guitarists that I know personally that uses BC Rich and makes it look cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, the guitar does that for you, man. They just look cool. Yeah, I like that guitar.
That thing's so sexy, dude.
Yeah, I saw you break that out, and I was like, "Holy shit, that thing is awesome!" It was so cool seeing like someone play BC Rich, and it's not like no offense to BC Rich, but like the cheap Warlocks just yeah. It sucks because their custom stuff, even their like intermediate stuff's actually really sick.
Yeah, you can't, man. I don't know how they expect people to afford all their high-end stuff though. They're like 10 grand. I'm like, dude, insane. The only thing I could probably ever save up for, like USA wise, for them is like a gunslinger.
Yeah,
those are nice.
They are.
I like honestly, you'd have a better chance buying a vintage BC Rich off the market. Yeah. Like I had an 80s Warlock that was teal, and that was the weirdest guitar. I got it. I sold my car and I got it with the car, like selling the car. They're like, "We'll give you $500 in this BC Rich Warlock." I'm like, "Sure."
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, I think I ended up selling it for another $500, so it worked out well.
That's incredibly cool. Yeah, it's cool.
But no, it was cool seeing, because like the only other guy I can think of is Jason from The Lion Within. Who
he has quite the collection.
Yeah,
Jason has. Yeah, he does have some BC Riches though. Yeah, he does play one.
Yeah,
he plays a few.
He's sponsored, so he's got some custom guitars now that he's playing all the time. But
yeah.
He's a heck of a guy too. We love Jason King from Lion. We love Lion.
He's so nice. I got to meet him once, and I talked to him for like 2 hours. Like, dude, I have to go home. And he's like, "But guitars."
Yeah. He's a genuine good dude right there. That's a good guy.
Also a big gearhead. Like we all are here.
Yeah, he loves his guitars. He lives one.
Yeah, he's the only person I know that uses Rev, like personally. So that's why I was I wonder how Rev amps are. I mean, like I saw I think he has a Gen, or I think it's called like Generator 3. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, he has. I think he has the 150 watt generator, or is it 120?
I think it's 150. I think you're right.
150. Yeah, I think that's what he said when I was talking to him.
Yeah, we recently did that. He was at that Texas Hippie Coalition show, so we saw his rig.
Yeah,
killer rig.
I think he had like 5 guitars.
Jude, tell me about your Fireball, because I don't know anything about Engel besides the fact that they have an amp called a Fireball and a Powerball.
They got quite the amp lineup. I'm a big fan. I got my Fireball as a birthday gift when I turned 16. My dad
It's a
got
hell
me.
of a birthday gift.
Yeah. Well, my dad's a guitar player as well, so
Oh, cool.
he got me going with that. I'm super thankful for that. I'm grateful. But I've had no issues with it. It's been a killer amp. It's very versatile. 100 watts. It is a very loud 100 watts. It's like a JCM 800. You know, like
Yeah.
how the amp circuitry is so simple that 100 watts just kills everything. You know,
Yeah.
you can't get it up past like 9 o'clock without it being like too loud. You know, but it's a monster. I haven't used anything else. This amp is kind of like the be all end all for me.
Right.
Yeah, lots of gain in it. It's just a super tight, monstrous amp. I mean, if anyone's interested out there, go check it out for
I'll
go
tell
check
you.
one out for yourself. The only complaint I have with it is that when I joined True Devil, actually, I noticed that all this low end that I hear in like the recordings, you know, like like on SDON and actually all those songs, you know, there's this like super huge. I call it like just this like Mesa Boogie dual rectifier thing going on, where the bass is just like boom, like in your face.
Right.
With this amp, I thought it kind of struggled with that. But I kind of remedied it. I bought a pair of Celestion Redback speakers and took my V30s out of my cab, and that really added a lot of low end and just made the overall sound so much less like fizzy and more produced. I've been a really big fan of these speakers, and my 212 is 300 watts instead of 120 now as well, so that's a big plus.
I think
Dang.
crank. I think
Like
cranks.
when you said that you had Celestian Redbacks, I'm like, I've not heard of those. So that I was
really?
like, that's very interesting.
I didn't know.
They're
I didn't know you
relatively
changed.
new.
I didn't know you changed those out. I didn't know you did that. That's awesome.
No, I think I did like last month or yeah, maybe a month and a half ago I changed them out. The V30s were just too fizzy, and I was
Yeah.
just trying to remedy this like this loss of low end thing. Like I wanted to have that super big like Godsmack kind of sound.
And it does. It does have that sound, bro.
It has that. It has that now. The V30s didn't do the amp any justice, although that's kind of what the amp is voiced for, is V30s. The Redbacks just did so much work for me. It just remedied that whole situation.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've like I said, I've not heard of them.
Yeah,
Anybody
check
out,
them out when
anybody
you
out
can.
there listening? Yeah, anybody out there listening to Jude, just know this young man got a job. Rather he knew it or not, he had the job in about 5 minutes because of his sound. We had, not to smash any, but we appreciated everybody that came over and tried out for us. We had a lot of people come over, and we couldn't be more thankful for that. But there was a lot of things. Most of all, the biggest thing was getting somebody that kind of matched what I was doing, the way I sounded on the guitar, and it was it was very, very clear, very quickly that Jude sound matched what I was doing, like right away. So yeah, if you want to know like what that sound is, like True Devils, anything from True Devil, you can check it and listen to our sound. There's actually Jude's playing his on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube, right? His audition for SDON is on there. He plays all three
Oh
parts.
yeah, I made a little
parts.
video.
You can actually see him break down all 4 parts of the song and show it to you. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that helps. I got greenbacks. He's got redbacks. That's funny.
You got the Christmas backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it the True Devil Christmas back combination.
Yeah, it's actually
mine
really
are
cool.
True Devil themed.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. They're redbacks, man. I mean, that's the coolest thing ever.
Redbacks.
Although greenbacks do kind of fit me, just saying. But
Yeah.
like,
Well, you've got like the old school Marshall cab, right? Like it's 'Cause
It,
it's
I,
got like
I
the salt and pepper
switch it.
grill.
Yeah, I switch it out. There, it's James's. It's actually James's head that he's just graciously let me take over until I can get my own. I want to get the same thing. I want to get the stealth, the black one, so that we have
Yeah.
both black and white. And I do
Yeah.
like it, but very much. I've because of what that thing's capable of doing. We've been able to control the tone a lot more. I didn't. That thing's very cool with that. Those preamp tubes and the two SL6s in there kind of make it like that power section is just it delivers. You know what I mean? Even for 50 watts, like that's kind of the
Oh
claim to fame.
yeah.
That
Again,
that whole
amps
thing.
with simple circuitry, 50 watts is
Yeah.
going to be a lot.
It's kind of like what we were talking a little bit before, like the podcast, where like I've played on the 6L6 and it sounds sick, but I really want to try the EL34 because it just has such a rawness to it that I think
Yeah.
is really nice.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure. It does sound really nice.
Also, I
Yeah,
just
look
like the
at it.
gold and black look. I don't know why, it just looks classier to me.
Yeah. It's like a Marshall.
Yeah, kind
Dude,
of.
that angle's super cool.
Hmm. I love it.
I see though. The wife came home to help.
So on the guitar that you've been using, Mark, your Epiphone, it's pretty sick to see someone just hard working an Epiphone these days. And you've got a 2010 one, which is like right at the beginning of what I would call the golden age of Epiphone. Like 2010 to now, I honestly think has been the best years. And like they're
Heavily
just great
researched.
workhorses.
This was heavily researched guitar and sought and I tried to physically hunt one down, which is more difficult than you could think. Just to try to get your do you have one physically that I can see or touch or buy? It was like the prerequisites that I had really were just having an active pickups that already had to be a custom Les Paul with active pickups. So that was kind of the prerequisite to finding it. And it ended up being the model that I have is just the right one where it doesn't completely suck. It's been set up though, so luckily I've had an amazing Ace Bergman, my buddy Ace, set it up for me, so it sounds freaking amazing right now. The action's super low.
Yeah.
And I'm only playing like 3 strings at a time, so
It still sounds sick.
It does. It holds it down. That's all I wanted it to do is just be able to just. I'm all about the crunch and the mutes and the opens and shuts and shit. So I needed it to do all that.
And
she's
you
nice.
got a Les Paul Classic, right?
I do. It's a 2022.
It's beautiful, so pretty.
Chambered body, so it doesn't kill me when we play live.
Right.
I think I bought it. I bought it used at Sweetwater, like 3 years ago. I can't remember. I think 3 years ago. It was a buddy of mine. Okay, so my buddy Bryce, he works at Sweetwater actually, but he traded it in to get money for this like made to measure Les Paul that came in.
Okay.
So, but I was wanting a new guitar at the time, and he said, "Hey man, my guitar's up for sale in here. Like, do you want to come check it out?" I was like, "Yeah." So I fell in love with it. I bought it, obviously.
Yeah.
I changed the pickups out in it. It came with burst buckers. I thought they were a bit too low output. So I exchanged them for a pair of Arcane 13s. Arcane's a boutique pickup company out of LA.
It's sick, dude. Yeah, this sounds
I've not
great.
heard of them. Where are they out of?
LA, Los Angeles.
Okay. Yeah, from the show I heard it, I was like, man, this sounds sick. So that's kind of cool that you went with a boutique pickup maker.
Yeah, Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Last week I was talking to the bass player of Godstein, and I was telling him because he was thinking about looking at pickups and stuff. And I was like, you should check out a pickup maker called Bootstrap Pickups. They're out of Ohio. It's one dude in a garage, and they're really sick. They're affordable, and you're gonna wait a while, like
okay,
because it's one guy.
okay.
I had their JB style, and I don't like the JB personally, but I was like, maybe I like this better, and it is like a hot rodded JB, and
Okay.
it was sick.
Bootstrap, you said.
Yeah, bootstrap pickups.
Out of
They-
Ohio.
I think it's Ohio. It's either Ohio or Indiana, but it's one of the two.
That's bootstrap pickups. Okay, yeah,
I
check
have
it
never
out.
heard of from Ohio, but yeah, I'd have to look them up, man. I'm always into stuff like that. I love.
Yeah.
I
think they only make they make a P90 pickup, they make a humbucker set, and I think they do like a telly set. They're very limited with what they do, but it is such a sick like boutique brand, but it's a boutique brand at affordable prices.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's killer.
Like you said, some dude in his garage, so he's probably welding everything by himself and all that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Here, hold on.
You know, somebody takes the time and makes it by hand, it's usually better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, a set of their humbucker pickups. Oh, they're actually sold out right now.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
These are good.
yeah, they're $62.49 for one. So a set would be like $120, $130. For boutique pickups, that's cheap.
yeah.
Yeah, that is really cheap. I think I paid like $150 each for my pickups. So that's a big.
That's a big change.
Arcanes are really expensive.
Yeah. And they
Looking up boots.
cool. He actually upgraded it so you can get like a gold foil look now too if you want that. That's kind of sick. I wouldn't mind checking that out actually.
You know, kids, what we're talking about here is when you play an instrument and it becomes part of you, and you're searching for a certain sound or you're trying to achieve something. This is what you do. You start switching gear. You start finding the right gear. Like Jack was talking, you trade gear or buy some gear or save up some money or look for the right guitar because you start figuring out, man, I need this for that. But look at the people that you're playing, so if you want to sound like something, look at what the people you're kind of playing, you know, that you like are playing.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like,
Correct.
what are they using? You know what I mean? Like, start there. Maybe you'll find the tone or whatever. But
Correct.
with a guitar and anything, I believe that the tone is in your. I sound like me, just like Eddie Van Halen would sound like him on no matter what you're playing. But it does
Right.
help to have the creative platform to be able to put your tone out and put your voice on it. You can make it talk. That's what you need to do. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I started playing Les Pauls because Zach Wild plays Les Pauls. So
Yeah. There you go, bro. There you go.
and then
That's
it was
all
just killing my back too much. I'm like, all right, I need something else.
They're still having the kid's back killer, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they really
the
are.
only way, the only way to solve that problem is to buy another Les Paul. You know.
Yep.
It's the
So
only
you got
way.
to counterbalance it.
Yeah, you gotta do this thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what I did instead was pick up a 79 Explorer. And it
There
has,
you
it's way heavier than any Les Paul.
Yeah.
Those things.
Pick up
That's
one of
my.
those things.
I'm envious of that because I've been looking at Explorers. Jude thinks I'm crazy because I want to explore, but
Oh,
like
I don't
them.
think you're crazy, man. I was just saying, I don't think I look good with that type of guitar.
I think you look sexy when you're playing. James has an Explorer that sometimes when we break a string or like when I first started going over, I didn't have a nice guitar. He let me play it, and then
Yeah.
it's just kind of sitting there in the room, for like making our room and our where we can cool looking. You know what I mean? The other day, Jude did play it, and I said, "Hey, it looks cool." I just think they look cool. Maybe it's just the Hetfield from me.
I
You know,
think
I like
anybody looks cool playing an Explorer. I'm not gonna
I,
lie.
me too. I do too, man. I love that. I love that guitar. In like 79 Explorer, all that. I'm a 75 is my birthday, so you know.
Nice. Yeah,
I
it
can find a
was.
70.
I got it because it was a husk. It was just the body and neck. There was no pickups, nothing.
Okay.
And
So you can do whatever you. That's cool. Sometimes you can just make it what you want. Man, you know. What I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone had poorly carved out a Floyd Rose route.
Oh, dude.
It was guys, it was bad. Like
That's the
I was,
worst.
yeah. And so
I'm anti Floyd Rose, by the way. I don't like them.
I have one guitar with a Floyd Rose, and it's just because I can say I have a Floyd Rose guitar.
Yeah, that's.
I don't like
that's
him
me.
either.
That's the same with me.
I just don't like them because they
Yeah.
get in my way. I don't need them, but yeah,
I don't
Jude has
really use
one.
tremolo, so
Right. Jude uses it. Like if you use a bar or a whammy and stuff, I get why you would. That's a setup you wouldn't want. You know what I mean? Like that's what you
right.
want. I don't do that stuff.
But yeah,
Jude
no,
uses it really well.
I traded a Jackson Adrian Smith to have the
Nice.
guitar completely redone. It's
Was the
white
neck was
now.
the neck straight? Was the neck at least straight when you bought
Yep.
it? Like
There was no
okay.
issues with the neck, thank God. The truss rod's good. It's got a thick piece of maple put in where
Nice.
that carve out was, so it's filled in. You can't
Okay.
even tell. Refinished white on the body. The neck is
Okay.
left bare because I hate anything on necks.
That's pretty cool.
It's two DiMarzio Super Distortions, and then it's got a red turtle shell pickguard, so it's called Red Velvet.
Nice. That's awesome. I like how you can come up with names for your guitars right away. Like you kind of already have a theme for them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. My 7-string is Bloody Mary because it's literally covered in blood. Um,
So what are you
and then-
tuning? You said earlier. I forgot. I might not have been listening. What are you playing with the 7-string? You're going to be doing. What tuning are you going to with that thing?
Well, drop A and drop B, I believe, is what I was talking with Chris about.
B. Make that
So,
thing a B, bro. Turn that
yeah.
thing into B.
A and B, I think is what we're gonna be doing. I'm very new to 7-string, so it's a learning experience. But I'm excited. It'll be a fun little side project.
Awesome.
Once you start getting your brain wrapped around two steps one way or two steps the other, you'll be all right.
Yeah. Hey, we got someone in here. Hey, it's Metalhead Fred. Hey, man.
What's up? What's
Love
up?
this guy.
Metalhead. That's our bro right there. We love
Yeah.
Metalhead. Fred. Yes, he loves
Hey.
us too. He loves you guys too, man. He's awesome.
Metalhead Fred, I've got some news for you, and this is the first time I'm talking about this live. I just got the masters back for the Proper Act CP and the artwork back today.
Yes. Congratulations, Jack.
Thank you. We're
That's
thinking
very cool.
we're playing Vexed August 15th, and we're thinking that's going to be the release date if everything goes well.
Well, congratulations on that, man. That's always a cool thing when you're seeing your stuff come to. You're like, oh man, it's done. Oh, it's finally done.
Yeah, it's
I have a
2 years in
never
the
know.
making. I'm glad to be done with it.
Dude, I understand 2 years songs making and stuff, bro. I get that. That's crazy. Sometimes
Yes.
it takes that long. Sometimes, man, it just does. You know.
Yeah, Chris. Yes, we will do all the alphabet tuning.
There you go. E, D, E, F, G. That's
All
funny.
right. So I got a question for both of you, and we kind of have this is a newer question that I've started working out, and we have a version of it in the form. Hey, nice pick. I need to get custom picks made. But
Dana might put in the comment for you.
you're on the
guy.
way to your guys' next show. Someone smashes into the back of your trailer,
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
and it's the owner of a music store. We'll just say it's a Guitar Center without being a Guitar Center because they have everything. It's the owner of that specific one. And you guys are like, we have a show in like 20 minutes. He's like, here's $2,000 each. Go pick out a rig. What are you picking out?
Oh boy.
Okay, I would pick out probably a 50-watt EVH. I don't know what I'd do for a cabinet. Maybe probably just an EVH cabinet if they got used to one that's cheap enough. Or a Marshall cabinet, 212, not 4.
This is a $2,000 scenario. We have $2,000.
You get $2,000. That's it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
for the last, this is probably going to end up being under $2,000, but I would probably choose a Fender player for a guitar.
You could always
to
buy a
make sure I'm
second
not
guitar for a
overspending.
backup.
Oh, I need a set. Yeah, okay, 2 Fender players.
I said 2. I'll get 2 of them.
Oh,
Let's
wait,
get
shit.
to
I need 3 guitars actually because I need one. We have 3 separate tunings, 3 used Fender players.
Fender player. Okay, all right, all right.
I
That's killing me. I like this answer. What was the amp? What did you say the amp was? That you
50,
were getting?
50-watt
Oh, the
EVA.
50 watt, the EVH. There you go. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why not? Why
And
not,
then
dude?
I bet my cables and stuff would survive the crash.
Yeah, we'll say all cables are fine. You got to get pedals, but your cables and power supplies, that's all fine.
I
Let's
could
see.
do a
Okay,
show with I could do a show without pedals. I don't
you
want to
only need
ruin
a
the
wah.
thing.
You don't. You will need a wah pedal, maybe. That's the only thing. But only for.
Yeah,
I
that'd be the
mean,
only important pedal, really.
that's it. Because that's the
Wah
only thing I
pedal.
make you play. He wouldn't play it if I didn't make him play it. By the way, I don't have any pedals, so
I
I'm
like the
safe.
wah.
Yeah, you're great at the wah.
Mark,
Shoot.
I'm pretty sure your answer is just going to be your rig because I think it's
Yeah, it's my rig. That's
unbanned.
yeah, that's my. I'm just grabbing my rig. It's the same rig. Like I would grab the same. I'm gonna do the 50 watts head. You know what I mean? I'm grabbing the. I'm gonna grab another
I
FE. I'm
guarantee
gonna
you
grab
there's an Epiphone Les Paul in a Guitar Center right now with active pickups. I
Right.
guarantee you it.
because there's 300 Epiphone Les Pauls, but there's one or two with active pickups. You got. By the way, I did see that the guy from Avenged Sevenfold has put out a custom series and he has active pickups in one of his guitars. So if it is something you're seeking, it's under $500 too. So maybe I'd grab one of those because it looks very cool when I was there the other day. But
Are you
definitely grab
talking event? Are you talking Sinister Gates? Or are you
Senator
talking Zach
Gates.
Avenger?
Yeah, Gates. Yes, Senator Gates has got a line of guitars out. A new line. I just saw it. I can't remember if it was. I think it was. It was either Fender line or a Les Paul series.
Why did you tell me this? Because now I have to go buy one.
It's very cool. Dude, they were really cool. He had some cool collars, like very cool collars.
All right.
One of them was active. So.
Before we move on to more of that, we got a question from Metalhead Fred. And let's see. Question for Mark. As a fellow grunge fan, what is your best advice on writing in the genre in a modern way while paying respect to the nostalgic sound?
It's an interesting question, but
That is an interesting question.
I'll leave it on the screen too. Hold on.
strangely for me, I'm not trying to sound like anybody. I'm not trying to necessarily sound
Right.
like I sound like that. I said something to Jude the other day. No matter what I write, it turns into an STP song. But but sometimes and then then that same song will sound like Alice in Chains and it'll sound like Pantera all at the same time. I think that's just because that's in my DNA and that's who I am. So I'm not necessarily trying to be nostalgic, but like if you're thinking in the ways to like just be catchy because all those guys are catchy and hooky. So still remember to keep that hook in the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Keep right.
write a song people remember.
Well, the question wasn't for me; it was for Mark. But I'm
Find
adding
something.
on to it.
No, you can answer. Yeah, add to it. Yeah, because Jude knows we've been singing together, so and that's one part of it is Alice in Chains did a dual singing. They can do it live. Right now, we got three people on stage that add to our vocal thing, which gives us a bigger sound, and all of them sound good and they know their parts. So that way too. Think in harmonies. Think when you're singing the chorus, think about harmony parts for that chorus. That'll give you that big sound and that nostalgic feel that you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If
I
that
like
makes
that
any
answer.
sense.
And it's
I'm just old.
interesting.
I'm just old. I'm just old.
You're not old, Josh.
I come from that era. The first time somebody's had dad rock to me, I was like, "What is dad rock?" And then my buddy goes, "Well, that's us, bro." And I
That's
was like,
us,
"Okay."
bro.
I was like, "Okay, all right, I guess so." But I didn't take offense to it being that like there was like 500 people at that show. That the guy said that to me, he was having a blast, and it was a rock and roll show. So
Yeah.
good
Dad
times.
Rock. Oh no, divorced Dad Rock is Creed at 3 a.m. while you're while you're fixing down a broken Toyota Corolla in your garage.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Dad
I'm
Rock
not
is
Not
Nickelback.
quite there.
Yeah.
Nickelback. Why does Nickelback? Dude, those guys are so good. I don't know what
They are really good. They just released a song with John 5, and I need to check it out.
You know what we were saying about a band Win You Over Live? I saw them open up for Korn, and I thought, what the hell is Nickelback doing with Korn?
That's a weird show. That's a weird
That is
show.
an odd show.
And Puddle of Mud was also there, open right before that. So they were, and it was like when Puddle of Mud was in their prime before all the crazy. And
Okay.
straight up, their drummer was so good, dude. He was moving the drum. The drum shit was shaking. The whole rafter was. He was so badass. And then Nickelback just came out and won. Like there's no getting over. That guy sings and plays guitar. He kicks your ass. He doesn't miss a note live, and he plays all the solos. What do you want to do? Like you guys are gonna all nail me in the comments for it, but
No, I listen. The
you're
Nickelback.
not old. Fred's not
the,
old. Fred said
the
he's not old.
Nickelback hate is just a meme. Everyone secretly loves Nickelback because
I
they
think that's
do
the
write good
problem.
tunes.
Yes, dude. They don't. I don't think they've written a bad song. They have a new song out that I saw like a 30-second clip of. It sounded very fucking heavy. Pardon my
Yeah,
French.
Rattle the Cage.
Yeah, I haven't listened to
Yeah.
it yet. But
I need to listen to it too.
Dimebag,
Well,
hey, Dimebag signed off on him. That's all anybody
Yeah.
needs to know. Right
Yeah.
there.
I mean, when they came out with Feed the Machine, I was like, so they're just the next Metallica?
Right? They are just really good, man. I think that's the problem. People don't want a band to be that good. Maybe they're really polished and just they can't really write a bad song even when they try to suck. They don't, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I was Nickelback though. Like I take that stuff.
Right? Like,
I take
I'm
all that-
sorry. If Chad Kruger gives me a phone call and says, hey, you want to hop on the next Nickelback show? I'm not turning it down.
Correct.
I'm not
yeah,
gonna say you suck to them. I'm like, dude, show me the ways, mighty master. I need to know. Like I need to know.
Right.
That's funny. That's
All
as a songwriter, dude. I gotta honestly say those are some of the best songwriters in the business in the last 20 years. So there you go.
Well, all their shit's catchy. And that's
Yeah.
I mean,
Hooks.
And he wrote it. He wrote that shit. That guy wrote it. One guy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't know what you want him to do. Why are you being so mad? Because he made a bunch of money. Like
Right.
what you I'm sorry, dude. He did his job. There you go. Like that. I feel like there's people like you guys have cool songs. Proper X has cool, catchy, fun songs. You know, you guys are entertaining. You have stories that you tell with your songs, and it's cool. We have things. I think that people like we were talking the other day. No one knows if we mess up our own song.
Yeah.
Like if it's not recorded, right, or whatever, because no one's ever really heard it. That's kind of a perk of being in an original band. That's not everything you do is not recorded. You know what I mean? In a way.
Right.
But
And
if you
even if
start
you
mess-
play a cover and you play it your style, they still don't know if you messed up because it's
Just
your
own it.
style of that cover.
If you do a cover, just do it. My advice to anybody doing covers is just make sure you own it. Like just do it how
Yep.
you would do it. Don't worry about how they did it. Do it how you do it. You know.
Yeah. So I want to ask you guys each a question, and I'm very interested in your answer because I ask this every show now. And I have this theory that every single guitar player, no matter what point in their life, every single one has owned a crate amp. Have either of you owned a crate amp?
I have never.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm sure there was a crate amp sitting around at the house or five. You know what I mean? Like they're probably like those little crate amps.
Yeah.
I think so.
I-
I don't know if I owned it, but it was always there. My house was always a place where everybody kind of wherever I lived from like 16 on when I lived by myself. It was always a place where the band was at. I feel like there was crate amps sitting around always.
I
I'd
was
say
also
yeah.
gonna say I don't think I'm old enough to be an owner of a crate amp.
Maybe
Like,
not.
that was-
Yeah.
You're gonna make
that
me
was kind
feel
of a
old.
thing.
You just turned
that was
20.
kind of a thing that happened. Like those were like cheap practice amps that like people bought
Yeah.
forever ago, you know. And like now, if I wanted a practice amp, I'd probably just buy like an Orange Crush or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got like this
Yeah,
really
crate wouldn't.
easy team
crate-
thing that I play out of. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Mark?
exactly what it is, Jude. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
just say Jude just turned 20?
Yeah, he just turned
Yeah.
20.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go give up because I'm about to be 32.
Don't let any Detroit venues know that though.
No. Yeah, no. Well, I shouldn't say what. I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care. He's gonna get
No,
in
it
everywhere.
doesn't.
I don't like somebody tried to stop him from the show and something. That will never happen again.
Yeah.
Like, it's-
Wait, really? What? Wait, don't
I don't know.
say the venue because we don't want any drama. But
yeah,
like,
no, I'm not gonna. Like, they didn't know. I don't even know why they. I don't even know why they were giving.
It was in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and
Okay.
Fort Wayne
Yeah.
is really strict about like
Yeah, I guess it's a small because it's a
They're
small area. You know what
yeah,
I
they're
mean? Like where
just
we're at.
their alcohol issue over there. They're the age. They're just really strict about the age and all that stuff, man. It was a
Honestly, I
And
never
you
bummer.
thought
can
about.
work in a bar at 18.
Yeah, yeah. So what's the problem, right? Like he was
Yeah,
working.
like
He was there working. That was what he was doing.
I was
So yeah.
17 when I was a prep cook and a dishwasher in a bar, and I
Yeah.
was there until 1 a.m. What's the
Yeah, what's the
problem with
difference?
someone that's 19 or 20 playing at a
Well, yeah,
bar for a show?
and you only have to be 19 to serve alcohol at a restaurant. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And I'm
ridiculous.
playing too, you know. It's not well, I mean, I guess I'm hanging out there, but I'm playing that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's
Also,
interesting though that he had to deal with that one time. Like it actually
Yeah,
happened. Like
only
there's
one time though. There has like I thought we would have this issue in Detroit
yeah,
because I
no.
thought Michigan was strict, but not really. Not really.
yeah,
Well, like I said, he's there working, and there's not. He doesn't drink. We're not drinking. The van doesn't really. It's not like coming
yeah,
off like a.
None of us drink really.
no. I'm the sober member of a proper X. I'm the only one that doesn't do anything. Which
Right
is
on.
like that, I don't have a problem with them like smoking or drinking or anything. I think that's
Yeah.
fine because everyone in
Yeah,
the
but he
band actually has like a really good like balance. I prefer not to.
Yeah, I
And it's
don't do
also
anything
funny
good.
being the sober person because I get to record and watch all of them.
There you go. Yes. See, I get annoyed super quick by drunk people. So like, I try not to. If I'm not drinking too, it's hard to be around people that are drinking sometimes. For me, but I've been sober for a long time now, almost 10 years, really, like going on like not getting drunk or anything. It's been a long time.
Nice.
I won't shut it down. I might have a beer. I'll still have a beer. Like if you, I'll have a beer or
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But like, I'm not. I haven't got drunk. Like one of my jobs used to be selling alcohol, which meant that I felt like I had to drink a lot to sell that. Like, hey, yeah, yeah, you know, I can still sell beer alcohol without being taking 15 shots. So you know what I mean.
Right. No,
Like, well,
I'll have one beer at a show and that's like it.
I just feel like I don't want to slur my words anymore than I already, you know, it is like alcohol makes me slur my words, man. As a singer, that's hard to do. People like, oops, you know, it's
Yeah.
hard.
So I want to kind of get back to the form that we have because
Right.
I'm actually interested about what you had
Comedy.
said to this question, Jude. And that is, I gotta find it. Hold on. What is the worst piece of gear you've ever owned? And because I've never heard of Rocktron.
Okay. So, I didn't really know it.
Rock.
I didn't really have a good answer for this, but that was just the first thing that came to my mind. So, okay, what Rocktron is? Rocktron is it's not really a thing anymore. But they were this like 80s. They were like or they were their prime time was in the 80s. They came out with these effects units and they're actually the inventors of noise gates or like one of the proprietors of it. It was called a Rocktron Hush that they first came out with, and it's a rack unit, and you'd plug it into your effects loop, and it's like any noise gate you'd use now. Except I think the Hush is actually probably one of the best noise gates out there. They also had a multi effects rack unit called an Intel Effects, which I actually have right next to me. Um, that goes in your effects loop, another rack thing. But their pedal, I don't know if it was broken, man. I bought it from Sweetwater. I was really into this like tremolo thing at the time. I wanted this like bop 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 bop, you know, like on off kind of thing going.
Right.
So I bought that. I was like, dude, it's $30. I'll bring it home and see what it does. And I plugged it in. It just like it made my dirty channel just clean.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was broken or whatnot. I don't know. Pretty anticlimactic answer for that question, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
No, I mean, I think everyone's gotten like a piece of crap pedal that are like, well, this is cheap. I'll try it. I tried a reverb pedal that was like a Temu like $10 reverb pedal.
Yeah.
And like you hit one note and it was just like, now it's a space age and you just can't control it. I'm like, this is not usable.
Yeah.
Timu is a crapshoot. You might get something that works and is cool,
Yeah.
or it could be the worst thing you ever bought.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get good. Sometimes the stuff that you're like, well, this is cool, and maybe it works, and then you get something. Temu is a crapshoot.
I want to buy someday. I want to buy like a Timu like Chipson and just see what shows up.
That's what's funny with this Chipson thing, man. I've been seeing these videos everywhere.
Yeah, me too.
I have
I know.
owned several of them, and
Wow,
it is
really?
yeah. I right now the guitar I have that's a Floyd Rose is a Les Paul Access.
So it's a Gibson.
Yeah, it's Chipson. They're basically Epiphones with Gibson headstocks. That's
Right.
exactly what they are.
That's what I was gonna say. So, like, I know what I bought. I bought an Epiphone guitar. It
Mhm.
it was on purpose. I didn't buy a Les Paul Gibson on because I can't afford one. Well, I knew I was buying a higher end custom made Epiphone. Is that what they're calling Gibsons though? Like somebody's changing the Epiphone out and making it putting this Gibson on it? Is that what?
Kind of. Like they're not made in like the Korean factory, but
Yeah,
in the
that's one
Chinese
of them.
factory, there's a lot of them that are like it's a guy who just sets up his own business, so he'll just make like they'll have a
Made in
line
China.
and he'll just be like, I'm just gonna take this and move and do adjustments on the headstock. Boom, now it's a Gibson.
Yeah.
So they're
Oh,
not terrible. I mean, if you want to put in the money to replace all the hardware and replace all the pickups, the wood's solid most of the time. It's like you got a 75 chance of getting a good guitar.
Yeah, I've only played one Gibson in my life, and it didn't feel very good in my hands. That was the one I played though. I haven't played like 10 or 20, you know what I mean?
The guitar that I played at Cabin Fever, that Les Paul Custom, was a Gibson, but it had all new fretwork, like complete. It was refretted with brand new frets. All the electronics were replaced with CTS pick pots. It had a DiMarzio PAF in the neck, and then I think I put a Seymour Duncan, I think it's called a Nazgul, in the bridge.
Oh yeah.
And then just not like Spurzo locking tuners, but like just normal locking tuners.
Right.
And it rocked, dude. It was heavy.
I was gonna say, if you do all that, is it like then it's not a bad guitar? You know, you just put like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like
I
you
mean, the
almost
only
have
thing I purposely had to do was put in the pickups because I didn't like the ones that were in it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
besides that, I mean, all the work was done before I got it. But that's still like, I don't know, $200 to $300 more work. No, actually, probably closer to $300 or $400 more work on a guitar. So you're essentially paying $800 when if you want a Les Paul, like you can get a Gibson Les Paul Studio used,
Yeah, for
or like
real.
a special for like 7 or 8.
For
Hell,
real.
you can even get like the brand new Epiphone Customs that have the Gibson headstock used for about $900, and they have
Correct,
Gibson
yeah.
pickups.
At that
$1,000
point, you might as well go that route, dude.
So
Yes.
I mean, if back before we had those options, it was a viable choice. Now
That's
that
the Epiphone
Epiphone
making
has
a pretty
stepped up
solid-
their game, it is no
Yeah, yeah.
longer viable.
They are making a solid guitar these days. Epiphone's really doing it.
I mean, you can buy
Oh.
Epiphone with Fishman Fluence pickups in it now.
You can, yeah. The handmade in China ones.
Yeah, they
Yep.
sound killer.
You're putting Fishmans in the customs and a lot of the custom guitars.
Hell, you can buy an RD again for the first time in like 20, 30 years, I think.
That's awesome.
And they have like a reflective finish. They're only like $900. I'm like, I gotta check one out. So we actually have another question from Metalhead Fred. Question for you all: What guitar made you want a guitar?
So, my BC Rich Mockingbird actually.
20 minutes.
That's actually the guitar that made me want to start playing guitar. My dad's friend was having like this. My dad's friend's dad died.
Okay.
So he had this like local music store, and he had all this gear left over. And my dad and I went up there to check it out one day. And I was like 10 years old, and I told him like that guitar looks so cool, you know. And he's like, "Do you want it, man?" I was like, I don't know.
I
But
don't know.
he bought it. He bought it for me, and he gave me a guitar lesson when we got home.
That's sick.
But yeah, before that, I mean, I heard like, you know, like I there wasn't really any like band or like guitar player that made me want to start playing. When I was 10 years old, I wasn't really in tune with rock and roll. But yeah, just that guitar made me want to play.
That's
My
so
white one that I
cool.
have now.
Because like you own it, and it's cool that it's a BC Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, for me, it was I don't know what guitar it actually is, but I had gotten Nirvana's In Bloom, or Nirvana's collector, like whatever. It was my first like metal or rock band CD ever. First, you know, before that I only listened to like the Beach Boys and like 50s music. So my stepmom got me this greatest hits, as well as it was greatest hits Nirvana CD, and the first track was In Bloom by Nirvana, and I heard it and I was like, I want to do that, because I already knew how to play piano, and I already knew how to play saxophone, and I was like, I want to play guitar. I really want to do this, and I don't know what he used. Kurt has so many different guitars that he used because he just kept getting cheap guitars that he would just break all the time. So I'm gonna guess it was probably like a Fender, like cheap Fender Strat, maybe.
Yeah,
because In Bloom is off of, I think that's on Nevermind, so he might have had his famous Jaguar by that point.
Yeah, he probably would have.
So I could see him record with that.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess the Fender Jaguar that like I am okay. I don't know how you feel about this, Jude. I definitely want your opinion because you have mentioned Fender a couple times.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on the Fender controversy right now?
What is the controversy? Is it they're suing a bunch of guitar companies for using the Strat shape? Is that what it is?
It's that, but it's more than that, because all of it really was a smoke screen so they could sue PRS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't
Silver
really,
Sky.
I haven't really been in tune with that situation. I've just kind of gotten the top of the iceberg with it. I don't know, dude. I don't think you can do that. Because all these companies have already established, you know, like like all these boutique guitar companies as well, like Sir and Friedman and name any other like guitar brand that makes a Strat, dude. Like that's putting everyone else out of business, and you know everyone's just done it anyways, and it's going to be there forever.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it. I guess it's just like why would you?
Right. And I got to take a pause for a second because I want to keep up on this. Everybody who's watching, comment VIP because you will win a free upgraded ticket to our August 1st show with Augray, City Limits, Junkyard Slave. There's one band I'm missing. I always forget one band. Honeyfoot. And trust me, you want the VIP upgrade. Comment VIP, and at the end of the stream, we will pick the winner.
Comment VIP.
Yes, comment VIP. Do it. Trust me, it's a fun time. I'll be at that show, so you can hang out, talk to me. We'll talk about gear. We'll talk about music. It'll be fun. Anyway, back to the Fender controversy.
Yes, sir.
The weird part is it's only for the EU. It's not for the US. It's only because in America back in, I think it was 2010. It was either 2009 or 2010. The Supreme Court ruled that the Stratocaster body is public domain.
Yeah.
Because realistically, you can only have a guitar that's so much, like there are only so many shapes that'll fit on a body.
Right. Yeah. So, and the Stratocaster shape has just been a standard. Well, not a standard, just a common shape forever and ever, you know.
It's the most recognizable guitar shape
Correct.
ever made.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you ask a person to draw a guitar, they're gonna draw a Strat. That's just how
Oh
it is.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And so because of that, as long as you didn't steal the Fender headstock, you could make a Stratocaster in the US and they could do nothing about it.
Right.
So we had a lot of boutique builders, and then that's when PRS, like, you know, after that, PRS had talked. I mean, Fender had screwed John Mayer over so much that he went with PRS, and I personally think the Silver Sky is a better version of the Stratocaster, but that's my personal opinion.
Right.
And so after a while, the company that owns Reverb bought Fender.
Okay.
And so think about this. A company that now owns arguably the world's biggest guitar brand.
Yeah.
Also owns another company that is arguably the world's biggest music changing website.
Yeah, or like online retailer for musical instruments.
Yeah, biggest online like secondhand retailer.
Yeah.
They get to see on a daily basis the used market for Fender and all the other guitars that are Fender like. And then they decide, well, we're losing money. Let's see what we can do. And they send a bunch of cease and desist orders out to a bunch of companies. And it was all because they wanted to sue PRS.
Right.
It wasn't like Harley Benton, which is the biggest like modern affordable brand name. And if you've never tried a Harley Benton, they're amazing guitars.
I have.
So they were like the biggest ones hit, but there's a lot of smaller like boutique builders out in the UK and like the European Union that make Strat like guitars, or China or Japan. Japan is a huge secondhand market because they don't have guitar builders out there,
right?
Besides like the one factory that only builds, I think, for Fender. So it was like a big deal for them to try to do this. Right. And because of this, Fender, literally the guitar community collectively looked at Fender and said, screw you guys, we're done.
Right.
Because
that's the appropriate response, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really unreasonable and just shameful thing to do, you know.
Especially because Fender was always kind of known as like the good public image brand. They never had a big controversy. I think there was one small one in the 80s when they switched to CNC machines.
There's a few. There's also big controversies over like the CBS era Strats.
That's what I meant to say. The CBS era Strats. That's what I meant to say. That was the one that popped into my head. But like comparatively to like Gibson, which has controversy after controversy after controversy, Fender was always seen as like the company that was like the lesser of two evils. It's a good brand. It's, you know, and now they have literally lost all public face.
Correct. Yeah.
So and when you had brought up, I get a Fender modern player, I'm like, huh. You're the only person I know that would buy a Fender right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. Like, I haven't really thought about like standing up for the cause, but I was just thinking, you know, like, I don't know. Fender players are good cheap guitars.
I don't disagree. They are really nice. And if you're buying used, like the money's not going to Fender, so
yeah, correct. Yeah, it's only going to the guy who's selling it.
Yeah, so definitely not a bad option. Like I had a Fender, thin line Telecaster Deluxe that was really sick. That was a modern player. I was like, these are great. Like these are really good guitars.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, the Mexican made Strats are really good, dude. They're fun to mod too. Like I have a player bass that I gutted the electronics out of and just redid them all.
That's cool.
Got some new hardware on it too. Yeah, they're fun to mod. And they play great.
The worst part is too is I think Fender's the easiest guitar company to just mod,
Oh yeah.
and it's like it's a good beginner. Like if you want to get into modding, you want to get into working on guitars, you should start on like Fenders because you're not going to
Correct.
have.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's like the simplest form of a guitar, you know, like a Les Paul is almost like a piece of furniture, you know,
Yeah.
like super nice. But like Fenders are super like just DIY oriented, almost like a Lego piece or like a Lego
Yeah.
set, you know, it's your own thing. Yeah, they're cool. They're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, they're like like you said, like Lego or like Jeeps, where Jeeps are literally like build by number.
Yeah, and I don't mean that in like a bad way at all.
No,
Like, it's just like you're able to like put your creativity into the instrument.
Yeah, and like I mean, without Fender, I mean, like we can be mad at Fender, and I don't think that I don't think that's a bad thing, but that also we shouldn't take away like what Fender has done for the community. I mean, like EVH would not have his Frankenstrat,
Oh yeah.
and that's arguably like the most recognizable guitar in the world.
This is off topic, but I think the Frankenstrat was actually that was Mighty Mite parts. The
Really?
guitar from Mighty Mite. Yeah, and then the neck I think was I don't want to say anything, but I believe it was a Charvel neck.
I thought it was a Kramer neck.
Was it?
I could be wrong.
Because at the time, because Mighty Mite has always put out guitar bodies,
Yeah.
and you can still buy their stuff today. And I think, well, Charvel was obviously putting out like it was like a guitar parts brand at the time. And I think the neck is a Charvel. I could be wrong though. I don't want to go on a whole conversation about it because
Right.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, and then he just threw in like I think it was the first pickup was just like a Gibson pickup, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And then he screwed the pickup straight into the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my first experience ever building a guitar. Was a buddy of mine. He had just picked up like a cheap Squire and got all the parts. He's like, I'm gonna make a EVH. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Can I help? This sounds
Yeah.
fun. And he made it was a pretty good black and white clone, and it was. I mean, he even took a quarter and like drilled it in.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, Fender and like Strats, Tellys, you know, those guitars are very moddable. I mean, I would never don't get me wrong, I would love to get my hands on a 335, but I would never want to change the pickups on that thing.
I've actually been really wanting a 335. Oh,
they're so sick, dude.
Yeah, that is just like the coolest looking guitar to me. I love the F-holes in it. It looks like an Addams Family guitar. That's what I say.
Yes.
Like it just looks super creepy. And I've actually been interested. You've heard of Heritage guitars, right?
Yeah, they just came out with that affordable line.
Yeah. Oh, did they? I didn't know they came out with an affordable line.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll have to check that out. I didn't know they came out with anything like that. But
their 335 affordable is $350, I think.
Okay. Dude, I have to do some digging on that. I've been really interested in buying a H535 standard. That's their 335 pretty much. But I think it's a 335 killer. The Heritage ones, I mean, I've played a handful of them. They kill a 335 in every single way. The necks are super fast on them. The one thing I really enjoy about the Heritage H535s, though, is how the input jack is on the side instead of on the top like the Gibsons.
Right.
That's my main thing. They just feel better, too.
I
enjoy them.
I have not had the fortunate chance to try out a Heritage guitar, but I've always wanted to.
They're killer.
Yeah.
And they're super...
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was just trying to double check. Yeah. So it's called the Heritage Accent Collection. It's brand new. They have Les Pauls.
I believe they had I believe they had that series because I've been digging on the internet for like a couple months now trying to find a good deal on a used H535, but I believe they had that series like 20 years ago and they discontinued it for a long time.
I was
Well, that's
wrong.
cool.
It's 700 for the 335 or the 535.
Yeah. Okay.
That's still not a bad deal. They got a nice blue burst. Oh,
Okay.
that's nice. So I think they're made in China.
Okay.
It's probably the same factory that Buffon's made in, I bet.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But no, they like you said, the Adams Family look guitar. I 100% agree. Have you ever heard of the 335S?
Let me think. Actually, 335S, is that the one with? Is it is that the single pickup one?
No.
No.
The 335S is a solid body 335.
Okay. Yeah. I know what they are. I've never been able to find one.
They're rare.
Yeah. But
Like
I am familiar.
You want to talk about a heavy guitar? I think they weigh 15 pounds.
Oh, that's ungodly. I couldn't do that, dude.
Like, I want to play one just to be like, yeah, I got to play it. But
yeah, you ain't going
they're
on stage
heavy.
with that, though.
They're made out of maple too, not mahogany.
Yeah, that's a lighter wood. Oh, actually,
but it's got a
maple.
mahogany neck.
Yeah, there you go.
So it depends into because it's like okay, the Gibson LS I have is maple. It's all maple, but it's very thin. It like when I say it's a Les Paul pancake, it is like thinner than an SG thin.
Yeah, I think I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah,
LS.
but the 335S is thicker than an SG.
I bet. I'll have to look at one after we're done on the stream because I've never really been I know what one you're talking about. I've never been able to find one online though.
I think I've seen 2 for sale in my life.
Unreal.
And they were beat up, but they were like $1,500, and I had to fight not to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
But no, they are such sick guitars. But no, that's cool that like, you know, the Heritage thing. I might want to try out one of these accent series because like their Les Paul is $265 brand new.
The resale value on Heritages as well are very low. Like even like the standard series, like never buy one new. Because the moment it's kind of like a car. The moment you walk out of the store with it, man, it's lost its value. Because no one wants everyone's looking to buy a Gibson, not a Heritage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like and I think a lot of Heritage guitars are actually better than Gibsons, but their resale value isn't. It's not high at all. You can find like on Marketplace right now. There's this. I think their Les Paul's called a 135.
Yeah.
I think there's one on there right now for like $1,400, and
that's not a bad deal.
And that's like half, if not more than half, of like what the guitar cost new. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean like. A Les Paul standard, like a Gibson Les Paul standard used is still $2,000.
Yeah, $2,000, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
And if you can get a Heritage for $500 cheaper, I'm going to get a Heritage.
Correct. Yeah, or
They're
maybe even more than $500 cheaper than that, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, and for, in my opinion, a better guitar, I think, anyways. I love the
Like
hair. I don't own one. I wish I did. I just kind of all the stuff I have has been like used gear, so you
right.
kind of pick up what you find.
No, I mean it's rare that I buy something new just because
Correct.
there's
Yeah.
no point. You can find like we were talking earlier like this morning. Like you were like, yeah, you can find rectifiers for like $800-900 and you
Single
can.
rectifiers.
Yeah. Which I'd rather have a single rec because I don't want anything more than 50 watts. I'm not gonna need it.
You in this day and age, you don't need anything more than 50 watts. I would say the only reason anyone would want a full 100 is for like the headroom sound.
Yeah.
But like venues today are so on on off. You know, you got 5 minutes in between sets, and it's difficult for me even to be carrying around a 100-watt head. And then 100-watt heads are also like really loud in a lot of situations. Like the sound man's always like, "Can you turn that down a lot, like a
Right.
lot more?" I'm like, "Man, I'm barely pushing my amp, you know."
I got it on 2 right now, dude. Like, come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I think Chris would kill me because I almost like messaged this guy's got a 6505 plus. I'm pretty sure Chris would kill me if I showed up with a 6505 plus to practice at Vexed.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, man, if I get like a 50 watt, maybe even a lunchbox one, although they have a lot of like hiss to them. By the way, I found that Heritage you were talking about. It's 1400 right now.
The Les Paul model.
Yeah, the 150 standard Honeyburst. It's
Oh
in Fort
yeah,
Wayne,
that's
Indiana.
the exact one.
Yeah, it's 1450, but if you were like, hey, I got 1200, I bet they'd take it.
Yeah, or they'd haggle, like, you know, and they'd be like, "How about 13?" You're like, "All right."
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no to a Heritage for $1,300. We'd get triple wrecks and have them have to remove the tubes to make them dual wreck. I had a PV Butcher and I did that just because 100 watts is just not needed.
Correct.
No,
not at all.
And it sucks because like when you're coming up on guitar and stuff and you want to get like your first half stack, your options are, well, now they're a lot better. Because I like the Lunchbox, like boom, happened within the last 10 years. And there's so many great Lunchbox amps.
Oh yeah. For days. Endless. You have endless options in that field, like in 2026, dude. There's a lot of good options.
I mean, I literally have an orange Micro Dark Terror. It's not going to show up on camera, damn it. An orange Micro Dark that I paid $45 for. And it's the best backup head I have ever owned in my life because it fits in my pedal board bag.
And you know, I have seen people like professional touring bands use those live. Crowbot, I don't know if you're familiar with Crowbot, but they I remember Chris Bishop, the guitar player, was using one of those live for a long time.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like do you know who Rob Chapman is?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like Rob Chapman.
Him and Brent Hines are the reason why I play orange amps.
Yeah.
And it's, well, one, because an orange Tiny Terror or an orange Dark Terror, but the Tiny Terror, in my opinion, is the best for the money Lunchbox amp still to this day, and it's the first one they made. Because you can get one for $200 used, which is half the price of a 6505 MH. And yes, it does not have like the line out or the headphone feature, but it's never going to break down on stage. It's never going to break down. They are bulletproof.
Correct. No, not a bad amp at all. I enjoy those.
Yeah, I mean, that was my first orange amp, was a Tiny Terror.
Yeah.
Now I'm just in love with orange amps, but unfortunately I can't afford to get a Rockaverb, which would be what I would want. but they're so ungodly expensive.
They are. I bet. I wonder. I actually don't know like what the used prices are on those. I bet the resale value is like pretty high though.
Yeah. There's one for sale right now, but it's a Mark 1, which they're okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a Mark 1 for $900.
There you go.
And I thought about messaging the guy and being like, hey, you want an orange amp for an orange amp? But like, no one's gonna do that.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know if like that is kind of like their high gain head, but
Yeah.
even then, like I think that amp is pretty like in my opinion, I still think it's a good amp, but I think it's kind of weak in comparison to you know like an EVH or like an Angle or something, you know, like it's still more of like a hard rock amp more than like a uber metal kind of
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah, it's got the like the bands that border metal. Like I don't want I know we were talking about Nickelback.
Yeah.
But Nickelback uses Mesa, so I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, a lot of bands use Mason for a good reason.
Yeah, I had a Rocket 44 head and I regret selling it every day. It was so sick.
I bet.
Yeah, like I had a DC 30 and that amp was okay, but that Rocket 44 was like it was a combo conversion that someone put in blue Tolex.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of those actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, the combo conversions are fun.
Yeah. Well, you get great amps at way cheaper. I mean, like the Rocket series is like a cheaper version of the DC series, which
Right.
is a cheaper version of a rectifier.
Yeah. Correct.
So I think we lost Mark permanently. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back. Maybe that he has a 2-year-old at home. He's a pretty busy guy.
That's okay. It was cool having him on, and I appreciate you hopping on too.
No, yeah, thanks for having me. I've enjoyed our talk so far, man.
Yeah. I actually kind of want to talk to you a little bit about your pedal board because when I asked you hey, you've got $2,000, what pedals are you gonna buy? And you're like, no pedals.
Yeah.
So
maybe a wah. I did change my answer. I said a wah.
Yeah.
But my pedal board. So I have let me see what I got here. I have I'll start from the start of the signal. I have a Empress buffer because I run long cables. I wouldn't say it's a necessary thing, but I always want to be at the correct impedance. I don't want to lose any signal. I have a Peterson Strobo Stomp, which is a really great accurate tuner. Not much to say about it. If you're getting a tuner pedal though, I'd recommend that one, or even like the Strobo Mini, which is the cheaper version, just as good. And then I have a Dunlop Mini Wah. I'm not a fan of the full size wahs. I always thought I had so much more control over the minis because like the bigger
you got a bigger swell.
Yeah, bigger swell on it compared to like I feel like when I'm stepping on a full size one, it's like I step on it and I'm already to the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have a mini wah for the same reason.
Yeah.
Because it's like I have big feet, so it's like unusable for me to use a wah pedal.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a size 13 shoe, dude. It's not fun having that big one. It's like I step on it, I'm already there, man. So yeah, I've even like considered like actually not I guess I have considered, but like I've checked out the Junior Wah as well, and I think I might prefer that over the Mini. It's kind of the one. Have you checked out the Juniors? They're in between like a full and a mini. I would recommend checking one out, dude. I think you'd like it because it's bigger than a Mini. It's not as big as a full sized, but you know I already have a wah. There's no point in changing it out for one.
Right.
So I enjoy mine. It's been great. Next on my board, I have a BF2 flanger, Boss BF2 that I use in the front of the amp. That's probably my favorite flanger pedal out of all the ones on the market, dude. It's just a classic. Billy Duffy tones, the call all the way. And I use that on a lot of solos that we have in True Devil. Like on Rips My Heart Out, you'll hear that when we play live. I'll kick some flanger on, or I use a wah a lot as well. And on the last thing on my board, and this is an interesting one, and I want to get rid of it. It's a Dunn Effects. It's called a Purifier, and what it is it's a lo-fi pedal, like like for example, everyone listening probably knows "Dead and Bloated" by Stone Temple Pilots. Like Scott
Right.
Weiland's got that, and like it's that telephone lo-fi effect, but
Yes.
for guitar. And I got it because I at the time I didn't think an EQ pedal would do the thing I wanted it to do, but like after trying one out and like using it, I was like, you know what, this like, because what this isn't an EQ pedal, it's actually like an overdrive pedal. It's based on a circuit from an old Ibanez pedal called a Ibanez LF7 Lo-Fi.
Okay.
And Korn used it live, and they used it for the same kind of effect, but it's an overdrive pedal, not an EQ, so it's really noisy, and that's my issue with it. But I still want to keep that effect on my board because I use it a lot more than like people would think that anyone would use it for. Like I really enjoy the effect. It's one of my favorites. Just like starting a song off with that, and then you fucking turn it. All right. I didn't know if am I allowed to swear on here?
You're fine, dude.
Okay.
You're fine.
But you turn it off, and everything comes in and sounds so big. You know
How
what I
much
mean?
you want for it?
They're out of production right now. I was thinking about starting at 160.
I'll think about it because I love that. Like that is my favorite vocal effect.
Yes.
I call it weirdly. Like I don't know why I'd ever thought of like the Stone Temple Pilots because it's before this, but I
Yes.
always called it the 3 Days Grace effect because
okay.
Adam uses it in a ton of songs.
I'm not a big 3 Days Grace fan, so I didn't know that. Not because I dislike them, I just haven't listened to much 3 Days Grace.
They got some good tunes, man. Like that. I mean, that was my first introduction to metal, I guess.
Yeah. But
And
I didn't know they used the lo-fi effect.
Yeah, he uses it a lot. I actually didn't know what it was called till today, so thank you.
Yeah,
because I love that sound.
Anyways, there's people got different names for it, but I think that's just what I call it, lo-fi or telephone.
Yeah, the telephone, or I always called it like a filter.
Yeah, or like an AM radio filter. I've heard people call it that too. But yeah, I've wanted to exchange it for an EQ pedal just because like you can get the same sound from an EQ pedal and it's a lot cleaner.
Okay.
All you have to do is for an EQ pedal, like for a Boss G7, is take the treble and the bass down and then raise the mids all the way, and you get the same kind of sound at with a lot less noise. I mean,
I'm gonna have to get an EQ pedal so I can try that.
Yeah, try it, dude. If you can find a tutorial on YouTube on how to dial that in as well. But yeah, I wanted an EQ pedal for that. It's just that this thing does a good job. It's too noisy though. Like when I turn it on, it's just a hiss.
Oh.
Unbearable.
That's my issue with the PV6505MH, just because it's the same thing.
Yeah. And I haven't tried it through my effects loop either. So that might be another thing I could check out before I sell it, but it is technically an overdrive circuit, so I don't know how well that would sound.
It would be an interesting effect sound, I bet. I think you would probably get something like unique.
Yeah, the effects loop on my Angle as well is like I think it's really good, especially for like modulation effects like a flanger.
Yeah.
And I think that like lo-fi effect I want would be a lot more prominent, but I'm not sure since, like I said, it's like an overdrive circuit, not an EQ.
Right.
Anyways,
Yeah, I get what you're saying though. I mean, I think you should at least experiment and try it because you never know. It might you might find a different use for it.
right? Yeah,
But it might be something that's like, oh man, this is not the sound I'm looking for, but it's a different thing, and I kind of like that. Let me write a
right.
song
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I get I get a lot of that sometimes. Like just like finding things out on accident or just by curiosity,
Yeah.
and then you end up using it.
Yeah. Mark has returned.
Mark
I
has
think.
returned.
He's not. Why is he not showing up though? Hold on. Let me try something. Let's try this.
Uh-oh.
And there he is. Haha.
Hello,
I got
Mark.
him. He's back.
Sorry,
He's
guys.
alive. We didn't lose him.
I didn't realize that this phone
I
was
can't
that
hear him,
dead.
though.
Can you hear me?
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me now? Dude, can't hear me. Darn it. Yeah, sorry. I didn't realize this phone was that dead, and then I didn't realize my 2-year-old had all of these chargers. So I had to search for the charger, and then the dogs wanted fed. So here I am. I apologize immensely.
You're fine, man. We're just talking about pedals.
I was just going to take you on the journey with me
Here,
when
I'll
I fed the
rejoin real
dog.
quick so I can hear him. Is that cool?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay.
Mark can tell me about his pedal board.
I have no pedals. I don't do pedals.
You have no
Straight through the amp.
pedals.
Just straight through the amp. No pedal. All dirt. No clean channel. Just using the amp.
Does now the
just set the amp to destroy.
Yeah,
and that's it.
It's
No
it's
pedals.
been a while since I've played on one. It's been a couple of years. Does the EVH have like a boost feature on top of it?
Something going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, everything's cool. We're back in action.
Sweet.
Jack, can you hear me, Jack?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello, I can hear you.
I can hear Jude.
Am I deaf? Have I gone away?
No, yeah, I can hear all you guys. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, we're back in action.
I don't hear Jack. That's all.
No. The stream is going long. It's falling apart at the seams.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's about time to finish up anyway. So,
I'm gonna have to rejoin because I can't hear Jack at all.
Okay.
It's okay. But it's near the end of the stream anyway. Yes, before we
Jack, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh no, everyone's losing me.
Hold on.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. But yes, we're pretty much almost at the end. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you to both Mark and Jude. I'll put them back on here in a second. For joining me, I really appreciate it. Please vote, comment VIP in the chat. If you want to win that prize that we will do the live pick tonight, comment VIP before we get to that point. We want to upgrade someone's ticket to VIP. You're back. Can you both hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
I can hear you. Can everybody hear me?
Awesome. I can hear both of you.
Okay.
All right. It worked. It worked. That's awesome. There we go.
It's okay.
Sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine, guys. It's the part of technology. It's what we have. So we're gonna pick a winner here in a second. Hold on.
Yes, let's get a winner. Winner. Where they win? Chicken dinner.
But yeah, everyone get your last minute comments VIP in if you want a chance to win VIP tickets for the show August 1st for Honeyfoot, Augrey City Limits, and Junkyard Slave. Hey, I said all the bands this time because it's going to be a fun show. I will be there interviewing the bands, hanging out, listening to great tunes. You can come chill out with me. It'll be a lot of fun. Even if you don't get a VIP, guess what? The first 20 tickets are $5. After that, they're $10. The day of the show, they're $15. That's still cheaper than most McDonald's meals. Like, would you rather get McDonald's or go see 4 local bands? I'd rather go see 4 local bands, and then I can just get McDonald's afterwards. It'll only cost me $5 or $10. Because guess what? At midnight, when you're hungry, the only 2 things open are Taco Bell and McDonald's, and I'm not eating Taco Bell right now.
Yeah, no Taco Bell.
No Taco Bell. So let's see who the winner is.
The winner is. Oh, I got my name in there. Look at that. I don't want to win if I win. Somebody else has got to win if it's me.
I don't want to win either.
Oh,
you did win.
No. Let somebody else do it. Hit it again.
Yeah, let somebody else.
What, Mark? You don't want to come to the show? It'll be a fun time.
Well, yeah, I'll come to the show. I'll buy a ticket. I'll come to the show. But somebody else, one of these guys, need to. That's not fair if I won.
That's okay.
Look, Vex Venue won.
Vex Venue won.
That's okay. There we go. It'll be Chris or Steph, one of them.
I hope it's not.
Okay.
There it is.
Chris won. He's the owner of Vex Venue.
Oh, no. Okay. Steph needs to win then. Steph.
I will tell her. I already get a VIP ticket. I'm already there. I'd laugh if it just doesn't choose Stephanie. I'd feel so bad.
There she is.
There we go. Okay.
She's asleep right now. I will tell her tomorrow that she won.
Yay, Steph! Congratulations.
Steph is my fiance, so I will wake her up with this news. That's cool. She's actually
awesome.
been wanting to go to. She's been wanting to go back to Vex. It's been a minute since I've been able to get her out there, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, before we end the stream, guys, what is one piece of advice you would give to musicians? Give me one piece of gear advice, and then give me one piece of advice just for being a musician in general. Whatever it is, whatever instrument, doesn't matter.
Gear advice. I would say this is for I would say always buy used gear, or if you're a musician starting out wanting to be in a band and look pro, buy used gear.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Always used gear. There's enough gear in the world. You don't need to buy new stuff.
No.
Keep it rotating, with the used market. Sometimes it's hard to find stuff that way, but you'll come across something. Just be patient. If you're trying to look pro on stage as a beginner or something, use gear all the way. Fender player, 50-watt EVH.
Especially if it's already relicked and beat up, it'll even look even cooler.
Yeah, it'll look even cool, dude. And if you wanna mod your Fender player, go for it. That's cheap too.
Yeah.
Player advice.
That's all solid advice with you. Yeah.
This is I don't have much player advice except for like beginner advice. But that would just be it takes time to learn your instrument. A lot of the issues with I think a lot of people, actually this applies for anyone. A lot of people today become really impatient with learning their instrument, and this can apply to anyone, like I said, whether it be with if you're trying to learn music theory or scales or anything, everything takes time, and a lot of people want this instant knowledge, but everything takes time. Be patient. It's fun learning, for me anyways. My dad's actually a guitar teacher at a music shop here in town. And a lot of kids will come in wanting to, beginner kids, and they'll say, sit down and they say, listen, man, I want to play Rings of Saturn or something, and he's like, listen, dude, you're coming in with a $200 beginner guitar, this isn't set up for those low tunings, and it's You can't be playing that off rip, and he sits down and says, like, how about we start with like standard tuning, AC/DC or something, you know?
Let's get you used to it. We'll experiment with that in a
Let's
year or two.
let's start at the beginning of the road, and we can take the steps along the way to get there.
Yeah,
I want to play Cliffs of Dover tomorrow.
Yeah, like that. It's not happening. That's what I was trying to say, though. You know, is that people, the people learning guitar, you know, I think a lot of people become impatient.
They get discouraged, but don't get working.
And don't try and learn stuff. Don't try and learn stuff when you're a beginner that's so like hard, because you know it'll be discouraging. Like, not because
don't start at Cliffs of Dover. Don't start.
You can do that. You can definitely do that one day, but it's discouraging. You know, like when you're trying to get going and you're like, you know, you want to progress.
Yeah. I think that's great advice.
But
Mark, what do you think?
Patience is a big key.
Yeah, I go right with Jude. As far as gear advice, you know, buy used. Don't go above your pay grade. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill yourself, but get something that you know is going to work. And then, you know, if you put your time in, like Jude's talking about, by the time you're really able or need to buy a better, or you know, you kind of have an idea about what you're doing, you start buying gear that way, and then you can find a network of people that you can buy, sell, trade with, or you know, just swap guitars and stuff. Sometimes that works that way, but you know, be gear specific. You know, once you start figuring out what you're doing, if you're already in a band and you're playing a certain direction, buy gear specific stuff. You know,
Yeah.
As far as being in a band, just don't stop ever. You know,
Yeah, don't stop. That's another thing. Don't stop.
Believe in yourself, believe in your dream, believe in the band, and you know, work hard, put the work in. That's something we talk about in this band all the time, is putting the work in.
None of it's easy. You know,
No, it's not.
No, like seriously, that's another thing people have to realize is none of it's easy, man. If you
It's a woodshed.
it depends on it obviously depends on how far you want to take it, man. But like, you know, like
true, yeah, be realistic. What are you trying to do? Be a bar band, have fun with you. I mean, you know, it's like,
yeah, or like if you want to be a touring band, dude, it's nonstop hard work. You know, and
if your goal is national stage, then your goals are different, like than the guy that's playing on the weekends being a weekend warrior. That's a different set of goals, you know?
Right.
So I guess I mean, so in a wide spectrum that we're talking here, you know, like if we're being specific, you know, it's hard to say one thing, but like us, we're an original band, so it's like when I'm talking to other people in original bands, just don't stop, man. Keep writing songs, and you know, push forward, get the gear, try to get your gear you need, try to put your practice in with your bands, do your homework. You know what I mean? It's a woodshed if you have to at home before. Be prepared. You know, be that guy that's ahead of the game instead of behind the game. Show up to rehearsal prepared. You know, prepare for your shows. You know, have a 20-minute set, 30-minute set, 40-minute set. You know, have your hour set worked out. Look professional. Do your job.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Be nice. Be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
No,
you know?
No one likes the band that has egos. Be chill, because guess what? If you're gonna go a long way if you're chill with everyone, you're gonna get more shows.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen people like, oh, I don't have this piece of equipment, like, oh, I'm missing the cable. Hey, someone will always have a cable for you if you're chill.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, if they know you to be the biggest douche in the room, they're not going to help you with the cable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
If you're going anywhere being an asshole.
Yeah, we all started from the same spot. We're all at the same bar playing the same show. There's no point in you being the dick.
The same people on the way up that you're going to see are the same people on the way down. So how you treat people does matter. Just remember that you leave that taste in people's mouth.
Yeah,
you know.
And you know, no matter how what's the correct wording for this? You know, no matter how big of a musician you are, like how, you know, like far you've made it, you know, no one's better than anyone else, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard. Perception is half of life, right? Like what people perceive. What perception is not reality. What perception is reality. That's the craziest thing. So You know, the world we live in, where the business that we're in, let's just be honest, the business side of it isn't always the greatest thing for bands. You know,
Ugly.
like it can be really bad for us, and how to make money is difficult and stuff like that,
Yeah.
especially as an original band. It's like, you know, how do you? It's hard to do if you're trying to make a business out of it. But we are in the music business, so you have to figure out what that business is. You know, so you know, do your research about the business that you're trying to be in. Figure out what that is. You know,
Yeah.
we all have a collective goal as a band. We're all on the same page. And then I even think sometimes if somebody feels like we're not, we'll talk about it at the next time we're to meet together, and we all kind of just work it out from there.
Yeah.
And we no matter what, we leave it on the same page so that we know what's going on. And communication is the biggest key. You can't have one person. They will mess up the whole program, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I always say it's like being in a band is like being in a relationship with 5 separate people.
absolutely. It really
Almost.
is.
Yeah.
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 So, but thank you guys so much for being on. It was
Yes,
a
thank
lot of
you.
fun. We have to definitely get you guys down here to Vex one of these days for a show. I think it'll be a great time.
Yeah, we'll come.
So I'll reach out to you guys with some dates. I know you guys are booked up. Are you booked up for the rest of the year, or is it just like the rest of the summer?
Um,
Not completely booked up. I don't think there are
yeah, not
weekends.
completely booked up. Some of us have some like vacation dates in
Right.
later August, mid-August. But
Okay.
Yeah,
as for the rest of the year, I think we are free.
Okay. We stopped doing shows like December-ish because
Okay.
there's like we don't have heat.
Yeah. A lot
So
of,
like
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're fine. I was gonna say like October 2 is like we're a haunted house. So all
Okay.
of
that'd be cool.
October is booked out to be the haunted house.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we might have I don't know. I gotta talk with everybody and see if there is plans for shows in November. But I know that we're working on September. We've got a couple weeks, so
Mhm.
we'll see.
Yeah, I think
There's a
September and November are our free months. I know we have
there's
a
Okay.
couple
another.
gigs in September, but it's not booked out
Yeah,
like we
there's a
were
few
this.
weekends in
Well, we had
September.
a free weekend this month, but yeah, next month we got one. Anyways, I'd have to look at the schedule.
No, you're fine because we have a battle of the bands that we do in August, and the finals are in September. But it's like the
Okay.
second weekend of September, so I think. Let me double check here. I can pull up the calendar right now. Hold on. So yeah, I mean, after the battle of the bands in September, we've got 2 weekends that we don't have anybody. So the 19th or the 26th in September, we could have you guys on.
We'll have to look at our schedule, but we're down.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
shoot Dana a message probably
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, hit Dana up.
I'll hit
sure.
her up, see what the plans are, because hey, that would be sick to get you guys down here in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. I know we want to come play no matter what, so we'll figure that out for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely go and come to Vex for sure. We appreciate what you guys are all doing, and
Yeah.
appreciate you, bro. We appreciate the show
Yeah.
and the opportunity to come on. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
We're very grateful.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we're here for, is to help build our community, help get a scene going. We have I talked about this a little bit earlier, and here in a minute after the show, we'll end it with this ad that we have for this. But August 23rd, we have a kids karaoke contest that's all for charity. It is $5 to enter, and it's all, like I said, it's all for charity. I think the 2 charities, hold on, let me make sure I get them right because I want to say them correctly. Hold on just a second.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
curious.
one is Little Legends on Lapeer, and then the other one is about feeding homeless people or feeding people. Hold on, I want to say this right. Where are you? There it is. Hold on. Nope. Feeding Saginaw one Sunday at a time.
Oh, Oh, that's cool.
And so like I said, it's all for charity, but it's gonna be a fun night of music. I mean, we are a dry all ages venue.
Yeah.
So like what we kind of say, because like there's nothing wrong with playing in bars. I play in bars, you guys play in bars. It's
Yep.
fun. But we always say Vexed is the place where you show up and your real fans will show up because there's no bar here. It's dry.
Yeah.
That's true.
But it's also a
You say
great
it's
place.
all ages. There? Is
Yeah,
that what you
it's
said?
all ages. It's a great place to have your kids be their first show. Like a couple weeks ago, we had.
I love that. I love that so much, dude. When the kids
Yeah.
come, I love it.
Yeah, we had
They rock harder. They rock harder than all the adults. The kids are just out
Yes,
there
they
kidding.
do. We had Souls of Disorder, Godstein, and Fermented Plague, and the Souls of I talked with Souls of Disorder, and 2 or 3 of their members were like, yeah, this is my kid's first concert.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was so cool. Everyone had such a fun time. And it was like, people can mosh and have a great time and stuff, but it's still a nice, safe environment for all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. I love that.
So it's a good way to help build the community, and that, having that karaoke contest for the kids. Again, it's good because it's all going to charity, but it's also a good way to get kids into their first experience with music in a free, safe zone. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Love that.
So, well, thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon about maybe hooking up you with a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Thank you so much for having
Yeah.
us on.
Thanks for
man.
having us.
Yeah, you guys have a
Check us
great
out.
night.
Yeah. You
See you,
too,
man.
Jack.
Everybody go check out True Devil. They are a fantastic metal band from Detroit. I loved them. Like I said, I've played with them twice and they've both been fantastic shows. It was the great first experience for A Proper Axe's very first show. But every time I've heard people go to their shows, they're always like, it's such a great fun experience. They are fantastic on stage, and I can attest to that. They are it is literally a show. It's not just like you're watching people play music. It is a show. It is an experience. Go watch True Devil. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. It's been a great Monday, and congratulations to Stephanie for winning the VIP ticket for our August 1st show. That's not our only show we have coming up, though. August 8th. Let me double check. I'm 99% sure it's August 8th. Yes, it is August 8th. We have The Lion Within, Ashes of Ice, and War of the Horizon making their debut at Vex Venue. And then August 15th, A Proper Axe will be back at Vex Venue along with Neon Coma. We are still looking for one more band to hop on that show. So if you're a band or you're in a band and you want to come play with A Proper Axe or just want to come to Vex Venue, let me know. We'll get you on that show. And it's going to be a fantastic time. We also have a Battle of the Bands coming up, so be on the lookout for information about that coming soon. And hey, have you ever wanted to work in a haunted house? Maybe you want to scare people, but you don't know how. Well, instead, we have positions available for a haunted house very, very soon. So thank you all for joining. It's been a great night. And I'll see you all Thursday for the live music podcast. Peace, everybody. Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington here with Vex Venue, and I've got a special event to talk about. We are hosting on August 23rd a kids karaoke contest. We thought this would be a great way to help raise money for our community and give back a little bit, and also just get the younger generation into music sooner so we can help build a bigger community. It's going to be $5 for an entry fee. All children must be accompanied by an adult. The proceeds for the event are going to be going to Little Legends on Lapeer and Feeding Saginaw one Sunday at a time. We want to take a minute to also thank our judges for taking time out of their day to come be a part of this contest. And for our sponsors, we're very happy that we are being sponsored by ANS Event Lighting and High Powered Sound and Staging. The event is being ran by Mandy Redburn and Melissa Parsons. We really appreciate any one that comes out. It's going to be a great time, a great night of music, a lot of fun. And again, it's all about helping the community and just doing what we can to make it stronger. So thanks and hope to see you there.